I was asked what I was doing with all this rock and gravel that I've recently bought. So I thought I'd do a little short video and show what I've done. So this is the entrance to the cabin, and you can see the new gray rock on the ground. And you see this retaining wall that's built out of riprap, that's small boulders. This wall was moved back several feet because coming through that entrance was a bit of a tight turn. So now I've dumped dirt on top of it to wash down, so it'll look better over time. It'll actually look more like this side over here. It was done a couple of years ago. So this entranceway was widened to make it easier to get a trailer through that gate. And I probably moved this wall back 3-4 foot to make a little bit slower turn through the gate. All right, I'll pause and go to the next place that I was working on. Let's see. Okay, as we continue on into the property, this is the new carport that I built. And I built up the downhill side, put a bunch of dirt in there, and that's where a bunch of the riprap went to build that retaining wall out of stone there around the new carport. And then the gray, light gray that's gravel that's on the ground, that will wash down and be dark. Right now it's dusty. Actually, you can see the difference in here. This is the same gravel, but I've watered it down with a water hose. So this is the new carport, and I extended it out the back of it several feet, get a little bit more room to stack stuff. And then there's how I use the riprap to build a retaining wall. So this dirt that I used to pile it back here came from that first place where I widened out the road. So that's the second place I used it. And then the third place is right across the road over here. This is under the power line area. The power company came through this year and cut out a bunch of trees, or several, and had this idea to make a level, flat space where I could put another shipping container or some other type of building, or just park a trailer. So I leveled this up, and this is looking down at the Henry's place, down the power line. And also brought dirt from up at the entrance and piled up, and this came up several feet, and so I've put the riprap there to stop erosion, and I've put railroad ties in the ground at the right spacing for a shipping container. So if in fact that's what I decide to do, it's ready to accept a shipping container. I'll walk around to the other side so you can see what it looks like from the downhill side. Okay, this is looking from the Henry's property back up the power line right away to that area that I leveled out. And this is the riprap or boulders that I used to build a retaining wall so that it won't erode down the slope. And there's the new carport across the little road. Let's see, I think I can probably just climb up this. Oof. Oof. There we go. Come on, Blue. Blue said this is no problem. I'll come right up here. All right, so that's the third place that I've been doing dirt work. And all of this light gray gravel will be dark. It'll look like that darker gravel there once it's washed down. So I've been leveling out the road a little bit with that. And then the last place I've been using the gravel and the riprap is down by the lake. Let's walk down there. Come on, Blue, let's go down to the lake. Come on. So the road to the lake is tending to suffer from a lot of erosion. So I put a little bit more rock on this road. This is very steep. You may not be able to tell that from the video, but it's very steep. It tends to wash out. So we, of the gravel and rock, had two, whoa! See, it's very steep. Had two different sizes. This is a little bit bigger gravel here I used on the road. So, first thing I did was, this is the pathway over to the Henry's property, and we actually widened that a little bit, cutting that tree out a little bit, and then we added riprap, which you can't see because it's kind of covered up with the gravel, but we added the stones probably about 20 feet further along my lakefront, and then kind of filled in and put another row of the riprap along the shore, bring the shoreline up a little bit, keep it from eroding out. And then on the other side of the property, also did the same thing. I extended this riprap retaining wall another 10 or 15 feet closer to the property line. So basically where this railroad tie stopped is where the rock stopped previously. So we went back and added more rock and built that up with the riprap and the gravel. So that's the lakefront. This year the water was real high, and this area that's green right here was out of the water, but all the area where it's graveled back there, that all had 3 or 4 inches of water on it back at the end of May and the 1st of June. So I've raised that up probably 3 inches, so it should be close to where the high water will be. And that's what we've done with the gravel and the rock. There's our sign and our boats, and then the cabins up the hill. Okay, I think that's it for this video. Hope that shows you what I've done.